Good, happy Saturday evening. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Saturday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Saturday evening, so let's begin. First up, let's take a look at your COVID-19 numbers in New Hampshire. And here is a look at those COVID-19 numbers in New Hampshire. There are 76,422 number of people in New Hampshire have tested positive for COVID-19. And there are 1,178 number of deaths from COVID-19 in New Hampshire. There are 90 current number of hospitalizations for COVID-19 in New Hampshire. Governor Chris Sununu went to this weekend's New Hampshire Motor Speedway, where they are holding a mass vaccination event this weekend, all the way through Monday. And it is all hands on deck effort with one goal of vaccinating nearly 12,000 Granite Staters. Governor Sununu said thank you to our incredible state employees and volunteers who are weathering the cold and getting the job done. And as you can see, Governor Sununu was there checking out the big event today. Vaccination underway at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. A mass vaccination site opened up Saturday at New Hampshire Motor Speedway in Loudon on Saturday, where the site hopes to administer Johnson & Johnson coronavirus vaccine to 12,000 residents this weekend. Governor Chris Sununu, who was at the site Saturday morning, said the site was looking to set records in the battle against COVID-19. The Speedway is hosting the event on its 1,100 acres after doses of Johnson & Johnson vaccine became available in the Granite State. We are logistic experts. We are accustomed to this. We've been doing this for 30 years with NASCAR races, New Hampshire Motor Speedway General Manager said on Friday. Also, the General Manager said that people should arrive no more than 15 minutes before their appointment and that they will come in either the north gate or the south gate. That's where the nearly 3-mile vaccine course begins. Eventually, drivers will arrive at the infield of the track, where they'll register and then make their way in a single file line before spreading out at the vaccine tent. Once people get their shot, they will follow pit road to the center. Gardner embraces forensic audit of Windham elections. Secretary of State Bill Gardner and a Windham activist have proposed a forensic probe aimed at explaining the wide disparity between voters from the automated machine and hand recount on November 3rd general election ballots in that town. Schools start scheduling vaccination clinics for teachers and staff members. Officials say they had been planning clinics ahead of governor's go-ahead. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Homeowners, this incredible tip is just for you. If you owe less than $331,760 on your home and you haven't missed a single mortgage payment in 6 months, you have to check.
Next Saturday, Portsmouth High will host a closed pod clinic for the district's 700-plus teachers and school staff. The local emergency management director and superintendent laying the groundwork weeks ago.
When we got the word yesterday, I called them up and said, we got to go, let's make it happen.
The gym at Kennett High School is where the Mount Washington Valley superintendent hopes to host theirs.
We have about 580 people, including everybody from bus drivers to our coaches to our long-term substitutes that were on the list.
He's just waiting for the word from public health.
I know our staff and our community very, very much looking forward to getting folks vaccinated. It's been a heck of a year.
Each public health network, like the team in Stratford County, has layered plans ready to roll with each administration and local emergency manager.
We have about 6 to 7 SAUs, which encompasses around, from our latest count, this could change, roughly 3,000 people.
One operation already planned for Friday.
We're reaching out to 100% of people who are working routinely around students, that 100% of those people, regardless of the town, will have access to a closed pod.
If a teacher or staffer isn't able to make the particular clinic, they can register with the state starting March 17th, and it is assuring that it will have some appointments set aside so that it can get it done as soon as possible. We're live in Portsmouth. Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Senate's brutal debate over COVID-19 relief bill. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
I'm a Verizon engineer. We built our 5G nationwide so millions of people could do what they love in Verizon 5G quality. And in parts of many cities, we have ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. This is 5G built right, only from Verizon.
The showdown in the Senate as the COVID relief bill inches its way forward.
Yes, overnight, Democrats finally reaching a deal on jobless benefits, swaying the party's lone holdout and appeasing some party moderates after a 12-hour stalemate over how high the payment should be and how long they should last.
President Biden is throwing his support behind the compromise, but the battle is not over yet. ABC's White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks is on Capitol Hill with what's next. Good morning, Mary Alice.
Yeah, good morning, Will. We saw late-night deal-breaking here behind closed doors. This bill is incredibly popular in polling, but Democrats still struggling to agree with each other. They're hoping to eke this out themselves because Republicans are still united that this bill is just too big. The U.S. Senate pulling an all-nighter, making last-minute changes to President Biden's nearly $2 trillion relief plan. Overnight, Democrats reaching a deal among themselves, clearing the way for a final vote to come if they stick together. The last 24 hours, full of fits and starts. West Virginia's Joe Manchin, a moderate, bringing activity on the Senate floor to a standstill for nearly 12 hours Friday. Debating how to expand unemployment benefits put in place during this pandemic, set to expire for millions of Americans in just 8 days. House Democrats voted to up those payments to $400 a week. Manchin pushing a smaller proposal. Finally reaching a deal with his Senate Democratic colleagues to keep benefits at $300 a week, but guaranteed through the first week of September. With exactly 50 Democrats in the Senate and no Republicans supporting his bill, President Biden had no room for error. Privately, he worked the phones, publicly called for swift action.
All those empty storefronts aren't just shattered dreams, they're warning rights.
Republican leader Mitch McConnell commenting on the holdup among Democrats.
What this proves is there are benefits to bipartisanship when you're dealing with an issue of this magnitude.
On that proposal to raise the federal minimum wage, all Republicans voting no, along with 8 Democrats, including Arizona's Kristen Sinema, now facing criticism for this exaggerated thumbs down. Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders promising to fight that fight another day. Both the House and Senate bills calling for most Americans to receive direct $1,400 payments and extra funding on tax returns for parents. Tammy Tripler, a single mom in Maine with 2 adult children at home, worries it still will not be enough.
Do we get fuel this week and stay warm and not freeze to death? Or do you get food? We're supposed to be one of the best countries in the world, and we have sunk so far. It's difficult to be proud when there's people hurting, when there's people without.
Now, the drama here overnight reminding the White House that with only 50 Democratic votes in the Senate, every one of those senators can make or break a deal. Democrats want this bill on the president's desk before those unemployment benefits expire March 14th. But this Senate bill will still have to be reconciled with a House bill. That House bill included direct checks for more people with.
Something we'll be watching over the weekend. Mary Alice Parks on Capitol Hill. Thanks so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Thank you for joining us for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Have a great rest of your Saturday evening. See you back here tomorrow for another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night and goodbye, everyone.